Hello, everyone, and a very good morning to all. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to the technical session 5e. Myself, Rohan Joshi, and this session will be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation and GIA Scholastic LLP, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 4th World Conference on Information Systems for Business Management 2025. The fourth education of this conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event was held yesterday in Bangkok, and the virtual event is being held today through Zoom and tomorrow as well. I hope you will enjoy the knowledgeable and the interactive sessions throughout the day. In this session, we will have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given a time of 10 minutes for their presentations and 2 minutes for their question answer session. At a time of 9 minutes, I will raise a gentle reminder. There is another request to the participants that you all stay connected with us till the closing remarks. If you have any query or any update, then you can write it in the chat box. Just before we start the session, I would like to introduce you all to the chairs for this particular session. Firstly, I would like to introduce Dr. Ranjit Baby Curiosike, who is an associate professor of electrical engineering at the Central University of Technology, Bloemfontein, Free State, South Africa. He has published research papers and delivered presentations on diverse topics, including doctoral education at universities of technologies and case studies on in-university businesses. So, I will request you to address the session and share a few words.
Very good morning, colleagues and presenters. Thank you for having me. It's a wonderful opportunity to chair the session with Dr. Darade. And I'm very keen to listen in to the presentations. All the very best to all the presenters for today.
Thank you. I would now like to introduce Dr. Santosh Darade, who is an associate professor at MIT ADT University, Pune, India, and the chief operating officer for the Center of Research, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship for Young Aspirants. With over 19 years of experience in academia and industry, he is a distinguished author of more than 21 books on information and cybersecurity, cryptography, and network security widely used across several Indian universities. He has also published over 20 research papers in reputed journals, including Scopus, IEEE, and Springer, making notable contributions to the cybersecurity and networking technologies. So, I request you to kindly address the session and share your insights.
Yeah, good morning, one and all. Thanks, Rohan, and thanks the organizing committee of ISBM Bangkok. This is a wonderful day, and I'm happy. And again, thanks to you for giving me this opportunity as a session chair. On this notable day, just I wanted to tell you that as world is moving very fast and innovation and entrepreneurship is now a new agenda added by the national education policies, and India is also moving very fast in the space of research and technology. Whatever the research that you are doing, just one request that see if we can add all those applications out of it so that it will be benefited to the society, and all human being can use the solutions that you are building. And thanks, Rangit, maybe just to accompany me, and hope we will be give the fair decisions to all the papers that are presenting today. Thanks once again. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, we can start with the presentations for today. The first paper will be presented by Shovan Kumar Paul on an efficient technique to design, carry, skip adder using reversible logic gate.
Sir
I would
Shovan,
like to confirm your presence, sir.
I believe he is not in the meeting. We can move forward with the next presentation, Ron.
Yeah, sure, sure.
For our next presentation, we have Badrun Nahar Luna, who is presenting her paper on autonomous healthcare monitoring via IoT edge computing, adaptive power optimization, solar or SMPS, predictive analytics, and Blink enabled telemedicine for chronic disease management.
Hello everyone, this is Purna Haluna and I'm going to share my screen now for our presentation. Good morning everyone, this is Purna Haluna. Today I will be presenting our research title, Autonomous Healthcare Monitoring via IoT Edge Computing, Adaptive Power Optimization, Predictive Analytics, and Blink-enabled telemedicine for chronic disease management. This research was carried out by our team, me, Buzna Luna, Nazifa Zerin Reshni, Sifati Ara Khan, MD Munna Khan, Rakibul Hassan Antor, Sada Anjum Shanto. And I will be guiding you through the motivation, methodology, experimental results, and overall of our impact. So here is our agenda for today's talk. We will begin with a quick introduction, followed by our objective and motivations. Then I will discuss the challenges we faced and provide a literature review of related works. After that, I will explain the methodology and hardware we used, walk you through the real-time experimental results, and compare our approach with existing systems. And finally, share our conclusion. Well, our system is an IoT edge-based smart healthcare framework that addresses two critical aspects. One is continuous monitoring of vital signs, and another is automated caregiving tasks. We track heart rate, oxygen saturation, and body temperature using reliable sensors. The data is displayed locally on LCD screen and remotely on the Blink mobile application, which allows caregiver to monitor patients in real time. In addition, we automated food and medicine dispensing through servo motors with instant notification sent to caregivers. To keep the system sustainable, we integrated a hybrid power supply that is combining with solar panel and SMPS and also the rechargeable batteries. This ensure uninterrupted operation even in low resource areas. So our objectives were very clear, like continuous monitoring of vital parameters, like such as heart rate, oxygen rate, body temperature, and then the automation of medicine and food dispensing that ensure timely and reliable caregiving, and remotely accessibility through the mobile application, so caregiver can supervise patients in real time. And finally, ensuring the sustainability with the hybrid power system that integrates solar energy, SMPS, and battery backup. So this motivation actually behind this project, that was first, chronic diseases like diabetics, cardiovascular disorders are increasing rapidly nowadays, requiring continuous health monitoring. Second, in rural or resource limited regions where healthcare infrastructure and reliable electricity are often lacking, this creates a need for renewable energy powered healthcare solution. And manual caregiving tasks such as medicine delivery that are prone to human error. So we are automating this task that improves reliability and reduce caregiver burden. Ultimately, our central goal was to create a solution that prioritizes patient safety, accessibility, and cost effectiveness. Of course, we definitely face some challenges along the way we are building this project, like sensors accuracy, which is highly sensitive to placement in environmental conditions. The network reliability is another issue. Continuous monitoring depends on stable Wi-Fi connectivity. Definitely the solar panel efficiency that decreases significantly during the cloudy weather, and the servo motors we have used for dispensing can sometimes misalign, disrupted that process. To understand the landscape, we studied the existing systems. There we go with these these three papers, that is, we are showing these three papers, that is cloud-based IoT systems, which were effective in transmitting ECG data and predicting diseases with machine learning. However, they mostly relied on simulated data and had limited encryption. And then we go through the mobile application-based IoT framework that provided portability and multi-sensor integration, but they suffered from weak data analysis and poor scalability. Blockchain-enabled healthcare framework that offered improved security, scalability, but IoT memory contents of cyber threat remain problems. Our system advanced this work by combining real sensors, automations, and hybrid energy sources, addressing both practicality and sustainability. These are our hardware systems we included in our project, that ESP8266 node MCU microcontrollers, MAX 3000 and DS18B20 sensors for vital signs, the servo motor for automated dispensing, solar panels, SMPS, rechargeable batteries for hybrid power, and relays for switching power source. Now, let me explain our methodology. As in shown the diagram, data is collected by sensor and processed by dual node MCU microcontrollers. This information is displayed locally on 16:4 LCD and simultaneously transmitted to the Blink app. That helps enabling caregiver to monitor remotely. The system includes two servo motors. One is for the medicine and another is for the dispensing. These motors follow pre-programmed schedules, ensures patients receive timely supplies. For power, we employed a hybrid system, relay prioritized SMPS during normal operation, but automatically switches to solar and battery power during the outages. This design ensures both reliability and sustainability even in low resource environments. Here is our real-time experimental results. Here we can see our prototype of our IoT-based smart healthcare system. On the left side, we can see our complete setup that include node MCU controllers, sensors, servo motor, and LCD power supplies, etc. On the right hand, there is a close-up view of the node MCU that integrated on the very board. This prototype forms a backbone of our system, healthcare monitoring with automated caregiving. And here we can see the real-time synchronization of health data. On the left image, we can see the temperature displayed simultaneously on LCD and the mobile application, that ensuring both local and remote monitoring. On the on the right hand, we can see the LCD that patients shows body temperature in Fahrenheit. This dual display setup ensures the accurate monitoring accessibility for both patients and caregivers. And then the Blink notification. Here we demonstrate how the Blink app actually notify us for the work. This image on the left side that shows the notification that confirming the medicine has dispensed. And the another on the right hand that shows the notification that confirming that food has successfully dispensed. In this case, we use biscuits. That's why we have written the biscuits. The real-time alerts ensures the caregiver instantly informed that the medicine and food has been dispensed. Please take it and give it to the patients. That reduce the risk or missed doses or meals. So here is the logs and live dashboards that highlights our Blink interfaces. On the left hand, we can see the notification history where all the food and medicine dispensing events are logged. This creates a record to that caregiver can review anytime. On the right hand, we can see the live health monitoring dashboard, which displays real-time values for temperature, heart rate, and oxygen rate. Together, this feature provides continuous update, historical tracking, and reliable remote supervision. Here we can see our compared system with the previous models. So unlike those using simulated data, and we employed actually real sensors for live monitoring, and there is no automation in the previous work. So we automated food and medicine dispensing. Unlike systems limited by power infrastructure, we integrate renewable solar energy with SMPS for the sustainability. This makes our system more practical, scalable, and impactful. To conclude, we can say that our IoT Edge framework enables real-time health monitoring and remote supervision, automated food and medicine dispensing, enhanced patient safety, and reduce manual intervention, a hybrid power system that ensures sustainable, and uninterrupted operation, especially in rural or resource-limited areas. The system is scalable and cost-effective, which future scope is cloud integration and AI-driven predictive healthcare. So in summary, we can say this project demonstrates how IoT, automation, and renewable energy can together revolutionize accessible and intelligent healthcare delivery. And these are reference, and thank you very much for your attention. I will be happy to take any questions from you. And that's it.
Thank you. I will now ask session chairs Dr. Santosh Daradi and
Yes.
Dr. Ravid Baby for their
Yeah.
questions.
Thanks, Badrun, Neha, Luna. It's a nice attempt toward the health of the people, as everywhere the diabetic and the heart attack is increasing day by day, and the solution that you're trying to do is remarkable. But yes, there are few questions on this. As everyone now has a smartwatch, I am also having the
Yeah.
smartwatch. Uh, and being said that these all are the technologies are existing, and everyone is making it as good as in terms of monitoring the health of the people. How your solution is unique apart from all those existing solutions? Can you elaborate on that point?
Actually, sir, these smart watches and mobile phones are for a regular people, but for a patient who is actually in a severe diabetes disorder or a paralyzed patient who are unable to using these features, and also the rural areas where these inventions didn't reach yet. So definitely those are our core part to serve this method.
No, but have you decided? See, if you're targeting the rural areas, the solution must be faster, better, cheaper. You can say it must be affordable to the normal people. So what is the cost that you're trying to add to if you want to really implement it for the real users or those who need it? Is it affordable solution, or again it will take some cost if you want to give it to the people those who require this solution?
Actually, sir, this is our primary level operation, and we are improving this further with the AI integration and also cloud storaging. And definitely, this is for the general people. So we are planning further for this, and this is just a prototype that this actually works in this nowadays world. That also the heart rating and these also integrated with the dispensing food and medicines together. So our main motive was that we can also together these things that our life can be more easy to getting these things.
No, that I'm agreed. I'm agreed that what you said is agreed. It's definitely you are trying to live easy, because right now everyone has the smartwatch, and we are aware about it. But the kind of market that you are targeting, um, have you decided on that aspect also? Okay, what will be the cost of the solutions that you are providing? And no problem. You can take uh, as you are early stage, but think on this. Take a note of these questions. Because this will going to help if you are really have to convert this prototype into a product, and if you want to go into the market and launch it for the user that you're looking for. The last question is that as you're trying to say it's a hybrid system, um, in what ways you are adding the parameter of solar? Because see, whatever the power supply right now or whatever the batteries available here is enough to do that. Why you adding the solution and making it more complicated? What is the benefit of adding the solar here?
Actually, sir, our main intention was the power outages. Actually, when the power outages, our system will stop when we use the SMPS because it's directly connected with our AC connection. So when the power outage, definitely we need a backup plan that the machine will be running, because we can take risk with health of people. That's why we integrated the solar panel, because this can save the power from the solar, and also we can integrate it or use further in our model. So that is a relay that switch the power, that I say, while the available of electricity, the SMPS will work, and if the electricity is outage, then the solar panel will work. So that was our main motive.
No. You think on that perspective, because see,
Yeah.
sometimes we keep on adding the technology and make the solution more critical, because that also adding the value of the sensors, and the solution that you are providing might add some of the features which are not required at the moment, like say adding the solar and all. Just think on that, the solutions that you are making, do we need all those technologies to be integrated or not? Sometimes it's easy to have those power which will be integrated into the device is manageable, and it can be charged again, so that the people can use like normal watch they are using on a daily basis. I don't think adding the solar and how it is beneficial. So you thought through that, and just make it more impactful to the society. Yes. So thank you from my side, and over to Rangit sir.
Thank you, Dr. Darade. Well done to you, Badroon, and your team. It's an excellent project. I wish you guys all the very best for the work ahead. A brief question from my side. The second last slide that you presented, showing the existing research as well as the work that's done, was there any reference to the quality of the data as well as the reliability of the sensors? Was that one of the elements that the existing research picked up? And if so, what is your team doing to overcome those challenges?
Actually, sir, we are working with our real-time data. And
Okay.
actually, as it is not a machine learning based project, so this is the first prototype that we are collecting data from the uh, patients, and then we will generate a data set, or then we will integrate the machine learning. So first we didn't use any built-in data, so we wanting to generate that data from the real patients. That's why this is our strongest part, that our data will be the real-time data.
Okay. So what about the reliability of the sensors that you're using in your project?
Actually, in this primary phase, definitely we're concerned about it. But when we'll go to the industry phase, then the sensors definitely work. We use that kind of sensors that those are more reliable. As these are just a prototype, so we have to use those sensors which are available in our resources.
Okay. Thank you. So if you are indeed carrying forward with the research, this would be one element that your team can focus on, because then it will add value to the project that you're doing. But nonetheless, all the very best for your project going ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. I would now like to ask Hemlata Gaikwad to present her paper on blockchain in training management. Ma'am, you're on mute. Hello, ma'am. Please unmute yourself.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You're audible now.
Good morning to both the judges, session chairs, and to all the participants. Let me share my screen. Sir, can you confirm that my screen is visible to you?
Yeah, it's visible. Just make the share screen option.
I'll do. Sure. Yes. So because of internet, this thing, I'll just close down my video so that I will be able to present without any disturbances. So the title of our paper is Blockchain in Training Management. I, Dr. Suchi Pandey, and three other co-authors. We are there, and we have written this paper on use of blockchain technology in training management. As we know that the corporate learning and development is getting transformed through decentralized tamper-evident learning records that provide trust, security, and efficiency for modern workforce training programs. And being management professionals, we observe that there are a lot of problems in the traditional training and development, as well as learning and development. So we thought of addressing these challenges, which are like credential verifications, transparency in training, compliance tracking, and workforce mobility through the use of blockchain. So if we see that training landscape is a $370 billion, having a 370 billion market size. Global corporate training market is valued at $370 billion in 2023, highlighting massive investments in workforce development. And it is found that 40% of job applicants provide fake training certificates, creating recruitment inefficiencies and security risks. So there is a credential fraud which is prevalent. System gaps are also observed that 50% of 57% of HR managers report inadequate real-time tracking capabilities in current training platforms. So when we identified these issues, what we did is we thought of conducting a secondary data research using where we scrutinized industry reports, peer-reviewed scholarly articles, case studies of various corporates and government policy documents. And we analyze these using the qualitative research method, that is the content analysis. And then we have tried to give a solution to these problems. The traditional training management problems are like, first is the biggest problem is the credential verification crisis. Manual verification processes are time consuming and vulnerable to fraud. Legacy systems struggle with authenticity validation. So when we see that, like as quoted earlier, 40% of the applicants furnish fake education and training certificates, like as per the report of ETHR World 2024. Similarly, the legacy learning management systems, they follow a centralized database which make it difficult for HR professionals to verify the authenticity of employee competencies. And that is why there is a problem. And blockchain technology is decentralized ledger technology, which is there. It can give a tamper-proof solution for the training credentials that can be accessed globally. Therefore, there can be a risk of fake the risk of fake certifications can be minimized. Then we have data security vulnerabilities. Centralized databases face cyber attacks and unauthorized access, compromising sensitive employee training records. So when we look at this, so if we see that there is a report in HR Magazine 2024, it says that there are a lot of problems when we have centralized databases, and if there is any cyber security, there can be unauthorized access to this. And blockchain can offer encrypted, decentralized, and secure way of accessing the training records, and can enable only registered stakeholders to view the records. That can be a solution. Then the third problem which was identified was skill tracking inefficiencies. So there was a report by SHRM, and it said that 57% of the HR managers believe that currently accessible training platforms lack real-time tracking capabilities. And that is why it is important to handle this issue. And other than that, there are some other major challenges which I have not listed, like secure and verifiable credentialing, decentralized learning progress tracking, smart contracts for automated training compliance. So what we did, since we identified these traditional training management system, and then we had a look at major multinational corporations and did the content analysis. And we identified through their records that how they are using blockchain for solving their challenges. like secure credentialing, immutable digital certificates, eliminate fraud and enable instant verification by authorized stakeholders, decentralized tracking, and smart contracts, as I discussed earlier. Now, when we saw IBM's data, we found that IBM is having a learning credential network. So it is having a blockchain-based digital badges and eliminate third-party verification needs. And that streamlined its workforce skill validation. Then second company which we observed was Walmart supply chain. And Walmart supply chain, what they do, they use it in training. So they blockchain ensures employees complete certified safety protocols before handling inventory management operations. Then the Price House Water Coopers, they are using digital credentials. So blockchain platform is preventing credential fraud while enabling real-time verification of employee certifications. So these are some companies which are using blockchain. Like we have JP Morgan Chase also, which is using blockchain in financial compliance training programs, with their staff assured of meeting minimum industry standards as per the report of Bloomberg 2024. So we see that major industries are using blockchain technology. Like if we see the market growth projections, we can see that the blockchain use is increasing very rapidly in these multinational organizations. AI and blockchain convergence. So intelligent learning paths. AI analyzes blockchain verified skill data to create personalized training recommendations and adaptive learning experiences. Like Google's AI training program uses blockchain records. IBM Watson provide career progression insights, and 70% of the Fortune 500 will be adopting blockchain convergence by 2027. But there are some implementation challenges which we identified, like scalability issues. 80% of HR leaders struggle with blockchain LMS integration due to technical limitations and high implementation costs. Regulatory uncertainty. So immutable blockchain records raise data privacy concern and compliance challenges with global regulations. And then there is a system compatibility issue as well. Legacy training systems require significant upgrades to support decentralized ledger technology integration. Now, when we analyzed these implementation challenges and the successful AI and blockchain convergence by multiple multinational companies, we, from HR angle, we thought that ADDIE model can be integrated very well in this. Now, what is ADDIE model? ADDIE model is a five-step model in which the first step is analysis. So analysis, we identify the skill gaps, credential fraud risk, and compliance requirements in current training systems. So this can be done using blockchain. So blockchain can very well, through its highly technical decentralized system, will be able to do this aspect. Second is design. So we can create a blockchain-based decentralized training record for secure verification and training. Development is the third stage in the ADDIE model, which says that we can integrate AI-powered blockchain learning paths with existing LMS platforms for real-time tracking. Implementation, pilot blockchain credentialing systems before large-scale deployment can be done across the organization. Evaluation, we can measure blockchain impact on employee performance and learning outcomes using data analytics. So this is how
I'm sorry to
blockchain, like
interrupt,
the
ma'am,
ADDIE
but your
framework, can
time.
be used. Hello?
I'm sorry to interrupt, but your time is almost up. Please try to finish your presentation within
Sure,
the
sir.
next.
Yeah. So when we see at all these successful integration and the ADDIE framework, we find that ADDIE framework and blockchain can help a lot in the future of workflows development. If we see global standards, EU and India is developing cross-border blockchain credentialing for seamless workforce mobility. Remote work revolution. So 45% of remote workers struggle with credential verification. Blockchain can provide the solution here. And competitive advantage, organizations adopting blockchain-based training will lead in training management and employee development. Like as in the AI world, we say that those who will do like ethical use of AI are definitely going to lead in the future workforce to come. Blockchain technology will transform corporate training into a transparent, verifiable, fraud-proof ecosystem, positioning forward-thinking organizations for long-term workforce success in the digital economy. So these were some of the references, like we use Accenture, Deloitte, IBM, and various research reports given by research agencies. And that is all from my side. Thank you so much. Any
Thank you.
questions from the session chairs or any participants?
Yeah. Ma'am, what is your paper basically? Because it's look like the presentation has prepared in a chat GPT, and some of the statistics has been presented like way. I just wanted to understand what you are trying to solve here in this paper.
So what we had done is we had done studied, like since we are from management, we had studied the traditional training management systems which are followed in most of the MSMEs and some even the large scale organizations. And then we saw that what these big multinationals are doing, like IBM and PricewaterhouseCoopers, Google. And when we try to compare what are the differences in their training management system using their reports, like whatever research reports have been published, and using the qualitative analysis of these reports, we did content analysis and we identified like how blockchain they are using and which processes. So like training, learning and development has multiple processes in it. We identify each of these processes and how blockchain is helping it. And then with these content analysis, we identified like how, which areas, and then we incorporated the ADDIE model for each step, how blockchain can be used by other organizations who are not yet using blockchain.
Yeah, understood, Dr. Himlata. But is there any tools, techniques that you have identified, any system architecture where this is the number of data of these trainees, and this is you are going to process and you are going to generate the outcome? Do we have that
No,
system in
sir,
a place
we did
to?
a secondary research, like we analyzed and we have proposed a solution. Like what the future other companies can, how they can adapt blockchain in their various processes. So the ADDIE model which we have integrated explains that how the like if we see like in the ADDIE model, as I said, like first, as we said, analysis. So how this secured logging of needs, assessment data, stakeholder approvals for training, all these can be done using blockchain. So we have given a framework where what steps can be addressed using blockchain.
I
We
want
have
to
not
see that
gone into
framework.
the
Is
technical
it into the slide
applications of
right
it.
now? Is it into the slide, the framework that you are talking about?
No, so I have not included because there was a time constraint. So I've just mentioned the ADDIE framework, but the like when we talk of evaluation, so issuing digital credentials, badges, etc., which like many of some of the companies are doing upon successful completion of this. So the storing final data, the assessment scores, and everything, this can be done by blockchain. So for the evaluation stage, as I said, in the ADDIE model, the final stage is evaluation. When we talk of implementation, we can record the learner enrollment, the course completion, and the participation in training. So blockchain can take care of all these things. So that is what we have analyzed, and we have proposed that these are the things which blockchain can do. Like when we are doing implementation, recording learner enrollment, or we are using participation, so they can create a verifiable record, like who took the training, when they took the training, and so that it will be easy for auditing and compliance purposes as well.
Yeah, no, and understood. But see, ma'am, what we need to do actually, the concern regarding the standard and the compliance that you are going to follow for checking all those parameters. So you just
Like
have to
we
align
have
your
proposed what can
framework.
be done, because since we are not from the technical side, we will not be able to design these systems, but this is an input for the system design which can be done.
Oh, So over to you, Dr. Angit.
Thank you, Dr. Darade. Dr. Gaikwad, thank you so much for that presentation. As someone who has also delved into blockchains, I'll ask a question that I often get asked, and especially now that you're coming from a management side. Data privacy and decentralized databases are two terms that do not go hand in hand. Would you agree?
Hello, is it
Yes.
pardon?
Sorry, Dr. Gaikwad, I was asking data privacy and decentralized databases, that is the ones that are involved in the blockchain. They're not two terms that really go hand in hand. So my first question, and maybe an add-on, is how do you convince management to go into a decentralized database? Plus, how do you now account for the costs that are associated with introducing blockchain into the process? Is there any guidance from your side on that?
Like, sir, when we talk of this decentralized database, and as you said that the data privacy issues, so here, like, we will have to convince, like, the management, like, uh, if we are dealing with, there are multiple stakeholders, like suppliers, regulators, who are not trusting. So we can say that this can actually in management we call, there is a gatekeeper concept. So it can help as a gatekeeper, and every transaction, since we know that when we use blockchain, the transaction will be time stamped, and like, so I think that will help. And for data privacy, we'll have to, the system which we are developing using blockchain has to be like secure. So that is what, and what if since these multinational organizations are using, security is being taken care of by them.
Okay. What about the costs associated with introducing blockchain? Because that's one of the major holdbacks of blockchain technology at the moment. You know, the gas
Yes,
fees
so
associated with transactions.
yeah, so the cost is definitely very high, and that could be the reason that the small MSMEs are not using this system right now, because there will be infrastructural cost, there will be development integration cost, we'll have, I think, the energy and transaction costs also. But when we see the benefits, which we like, if we look at the cost benefit framework, like fraud losses which are there, they can be prevented. Like if in training, when we are investing so much, and if we are hiring a wrong employee in the organization, like fake credentials, then that those costs which we incur in their training and all, those costs will be saved. So there we'll have to do a cost benefit framing, and then the time which is was there in, I think, audit and reconciliation and all, that time cost will also be saved. So I think
Okay.
that way we'll have to do, the organizations will have to go. But there is no this thing that the implementation costs are really heavy, and they'll have to be uh, measured with these kind of costs which are there, which some of which are tangible and many of them are intangible as well.
Okay. Dr. Gaikwad, as a way proceed forward, I would also suggest that if you can include a comparison of gas fees for the different blockchain platforms, that will give your study an added value. And also there are platforms that you can use to reduce the gas fees that might actually encourage the team going forward. But thank you, and all the very best for your project going forward.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Before we continue, I would just like to remind you that for the presentation, we have set 10 minutes, and for the question and answer, we have set the 2 minutes to complete complete the sessions and all the presentations on time. Thank you, sir. Thank you, authors.
Thank you. Now I would like Anika Yadav to present her paper DisasterCom, a severity-aware big data communication framework for effective disaster notification.
Sir, if you're having trouble, we can
Yes, we can shift to the next. How much we have in the session right now?
So we are done. We are
No,
prepared.
they have already presented.
Oh, okay.
Sorry for the delay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anika. I'm Ananya. And today we are going to present our paper titled DisasterCom, a severity-aware big data communication framework for effective disaster notification. Here in Zoom. So this will be the agenda for today. We'll start off with the problem statement. The frequency of natural and man-made disasters is increasing continuously, and this can be attributed to various factors such as climate change, global warming, and urbanization. Disasters which occur in very densely populated areas, such as cities, require fast and large-scale communication to ensure effective and timely responses. For this reason, we have come up with a disaster notification framework which utilizes big data technologies to ensure that our solution is scalable and we can reach out to a large number of people at once.
Traditional disaster communication system uses the same it treats all emergencies with same urgency, but this is not efficient. In our system, we focused on three main issues. One is latency issues when handling high volume data, scalability issues, and resource overhead. We propose DisasterCom, a severity aware framework in which we use three distinct big data pipelines to solve issues related to three different disaster severity, and this ensures timely deliver of disaster as well as optimizing resource utilization.
We'll be going to the solution overview now. So our solution is a distributed severity-aware disaster notification system. Disasters are firstly classified into one of three levels: high, medium, or low severity. And the classification is done based on threshold values, which are obtained from credible authorities and official government data. This allows us to simulate real-world conditions, and hence our solution can be practical and can be applied to the real world. For example, for one of the data types which we have considered, which is flooding, one of the attributes which are used to classify it is rainfall intensity, and if it exceeds 125.5 millimeters per hour, that would be classified as severe. And this threshold is obtained from the Indian Meteorological Department. Once the disasters are classified, they are sent to three tailored pipelines for optimal processing. The disasters which are high severity are dealt with using Apache Kafka and Flink. For medium severity, we have used RabbitMQ and Apache Spark. And for low severity, we have used Apache Hadoop, which is a batch processing paradigm. This diagram shows us the flow of events. So there are three main disaster types which we have considered, including fire, floods, and power outages. The thresholds are examined, and once they are classified and then routed to the appropriate pipeline.
Coming to the architecture, currently we are using three disaster: power outage, flood, and fire. So each disaster is classified based on specific attribute. For power outages, we use affected area and affected population. For floods, water level, affected area, and rainfall intensity. For fires, we use affected population, building height, expected growth rate, and affected areas. Once these are classified into severity, and again, severity we have obtained from credible sources like IMD. Once it is classified, we then reroute it to three different distinct pipelines. The high severity events go to Kafka and Flink pipeline for real-time processing. Medium severity goes to RabbitMQ and Spark pipeline for near real-time processing. And non-emergency events go to Hadoop MapReduced for batch processing. This intelligent routing system ensures each disaster gets the appropriate resource response time and resource utilization based on the urgency.
We'll be going to the methodology now. There are 6 main steps in the research. Firstly, the disaster event data is generated. We have used a synthetic data set, but because we have used thresholds which are obtained from credible sources, it is able to simulate real world conditions. The data set is generated in JSON format. After that, the disasters are classified into their severity and they are routed to the corresponding big data pipeline. Each pipeline processes the data with different latency and throughput trade-offs. And finally, the notification would be delivered to the end users. Two key metrics are used to evaluate the system performance, which are latency and throughput. They will be defined later in the context of this research. In order to test how scalable our system is, the number of disaster events which are inputted to the system is gradually increased from 40 to 160. This helps us to analyze how each pipeline responds under higher loads and allows a comparison of their robustness and scalability, which is an essential feature of big data.
Let me explain how each pipeline is optimized for the severity level. The high severity pipeline uses Apache Kafka and Apache Flink. Apache Kafka publishes the high severity events to a dedicated high severity pipeline, which is then consumed by Flink. Flink is an event driven architecture, and this helps it to process the events in sub-second latency. This is suitable for critical disaster which needs immediate response. The medium severity events go to RabbitMQ plus Apache Spark. RabbitMQ stores the events in a queue. The queue is durable, and then there is a socket which forwards this data to Apache Spark for micro batch processing. The latency in medium severity pipelines is around 2 to 3 seconds, which is optimal as well as it balances performance and resource usage. For low severity disasters, we use Hadoop MapReduce with HDFS. It comes with built-in fault tolerance. When data is ingested in huge volumes to HDFS, it goes through a mapper and a reducer. The latency is in minutes, but it achieves highest throughput among all these. It is suitable for non-urgent notifications.
So this slide is a table which effectively compares all of the 3 pipelines. For the high severity pipeline, since Flink is used, we are able to achieve real-time streaming due to its event-driven architecture. Flink processes events as soon as they arrive without waiting for any batches to form. In contrast, Spark waits for micro batches to form and then processing is done in fixed intervals and therefore it is near real-time streaming. For the low severity pipeline, since latency is not as crucial, we use batch processing, which enables it to have a high throughput, but that comes at the cost of latency. So the use case is that for critical disasters, we require Kafka and Flink. And for ones where delayed response is acceptable, we can use Hadoop. And RabbitMQ and Apache Spark is in the middle.
Hello, this is a gentle reminder. Your time is almost over. Please complete your presentation within the next 2 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, to evaluate the performance, we have used two metrics, latency and throughput. Latency is the amount of time between the disaster occurrence and the processing. Throughput is the number of events processed per unit time. All these are measured in a window size of 60 seconds. Coming to the results, high severity pipeline achieves the lowest latency, which is 0.7 to 0.97 seconds. Medium severity is around 2.3 to 3.2 seconds. Low severity has the highest latency because it's batch processing, which is around 3.2 to 3.6 minutes. But highest throughput is achieved through low severity because of batch processing. Next, high throughput is delivered by high severity pipeline because of partitioning in Kafka. Medium severity has had the lowest throughput among all these. these graphs depict the same thing. You can notice that all these graphs are stable. Like we measured this for 5 consecutive 60 seconds, and it's stable.
So this is the part where we do load testing. So we increase the number of events from 40 to 160, and we have measured the throughput and latency at 4 intervals at 40, 80, 120, and 160 events. As you can see in the table, the percentage increase in latency is consistently higher for the medium severity pipeline when you compare it to the high severity pipeline. And since the percentage increase in latency is higher, this shows us that it is not as robust in handling higher loads. And this can also be attributed to the architectural differences which we can observe in Kafka and Flink. The graph here depicts the same. This graph depicts the variation is in throughput as the number of events per minute increases. And finally, the results which we have obtained can be justified due to the architectural differences. The high severity pipeline has the lowest latency due to Flink's event-driven architecture, and it also has the highest throughput. And this is because Kafka supports partitioning, which enables multiple consumers to read in parallel. On the other hand, RabbitMQ does not have partitioning, and it also faces back pressure and bottlenecks due to single queues being used and the fact that it uses a push-based model. The low severity pipeline uses Hadoop, which is batch processing. So it manages to have a highest throughput because the computation is distributed across nodes, but this comes at the cost of latency. It is also slightly higher latency because it involves multiple disk reads and writes, and hence it is best suited for non-urgent disasters.
Our disaster com successfully demonstrate that severity-based processing is dramatically improves disaster response time by routing high severity events to high emergency pipelines and low severity through batch processing. We can achieve optimal resource utilization. Our big data approach ensures that the system is scalable, fault tolerant, and robust. This ensures that the framework is suitable for emergency services to focus on resource utilization where it is actually needed according to the urgency, which can save lives. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you.
So you
Yes, thank you, Anika and Anaya. It's a nice presentation, and the kind of work that you carried out is remarkable. Being said that, there are so many existing technologies available right now, which is giving us the notification for the disaster is happening around. Uh, but what is your control mechanism in case of there's a flood in the areas right now? The Maharashtra is facing this challenge of the flood across the all the areas and all the regions. Uh, how your system works, because these ministries have their own mechanism of the creating the awareness about the severity of the disaster happening around. If I want to deploy this system, how this will practically help me? Because you're talking about the latency, minimization of the latency and all. Uh, how this will be practically helpful?
Yeah. So our novelty is that we have used a big data approach, and we have used 3 different pipelines to ensure that different disaster types do not end up competing with each other. So the reason why we have separated it into 3 different pipelines is that if we have 2 disasters, for example, as you mentioned, the flood is severe and it requires immediate attention. If it has affected a lot of people, that will be dealt with in a different pipeline. And we have used big data technologies which are highly scalable. So this means that it can reach out to many people at once. At the same time, if you have a disaster which does not require immediate attention, that will be handled by a different pipeline. And this would ensure that they do not compete with each other for resources, and hence they can be dealt with separately. And there is also no single point of failure in this case because critical disasters should be given the priority. Another reason why we have used 3 different pipelines is that The ones which are the high severity pipeline requires a lot of computational resources in order to deliver notifications fast, like CPU and memory. So we need to ensure that in case we have limited resources available, we should first prioritize them in places where they are really needed, where the damage done is more or where more number of people are affected. So.
And also, you spoke about flood in Maharashtra. Like, if you want to deploy our system, you will want to notify the people where it is flooded. You want to notify the localites, most probably. So, think flood is also there, power outage is also there. Which would you give more priority to? Obviously, flood, because people can't go outside. So, it is a notification kind of system.
Okay. So I'm done, but just think from the practical implementation point of view and the real-time disaster management. So because there are so many existing solutions available, just think from that lens that how will be unique into the market if you want to really deploy this. There's one suggestion to you.
Our solution is a big data solution. So like right now, every solution existing uses the same pipeline. Even if I use a queue, all the disaster gets queued up. How will you give priority? And big data is fault tolerant, scalable, and robust. Even if in a networking the notification get lost somewhere, it can get re-notified because of fault tolerance of big data systems.
Okay, no problem. I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ananya and Anika. That was a really nice presentation. My question also picks up from where Dr. Darade left off. In your opinions, effective disaster notifications, what would be the single most important factor when it comes to notifying people?
So the single most important factor is the notification should be accurate. So it should accurately tell the people what areas they are supposed to avoid in case they don't want to get injured or hurt. And secondly, we should also make sure that the notifications are sent out fast. So this is a notification system, and therefore latency is crucial, because once people are notified, the disaster relief systems, they can dispatch the teams like the medical teams and the other teams. So latency is the first one, and accurate information. I feel like these two are the most important factors.
Excellent. Let's stick to latency. So that brings us to real-time notifications, right? As much as the Apache Flink is a very useful tool in this regard, with your system incorporating big data, how will you manage the high load between the big data, as well as ensuring that latency levels are, as you prescribed, in the milliseconds? Because that is crucial, isn't it, when it comes to reporting floods and events of that nature. So how do you plan to balance that? Because obviously there will be hundreds of sensors that are placed in locations, and then that will be bringing in data. So can we really expect those kind of that low a latency?
Yes, if there is a huge amount of data, Flink gets the data from Kafka partitions. You can horizontally scale partition. You can add more high severity partitions to balance the load. Flink takes the data no matter what from those partitions. So if you want to balance a large amount of data, you horizontally scale Kafka data. So Kafka has built-in load balancer. It has built-in fault tolerance. So it handles load, and that Flink can consume.
So to add on to what Ananya has said, you mentioned multiple sensors. So the architecture of Kafka itself ensures that we can receive data from multiple producers. So there are three main concepts when we refer to Kafka, which are producers, consumers, and there is a broker in the middle. So we can actually receive data from multiple sources. Producers are basically the devices or the nodes which end up producing data. And in Kafka, the architecture of Kafka ensures that we can receive data from multiple sources, and it can be sent out to multiple consumers as well. So Kafka and Flink are actually built for this, to receive data from multiple sources and in order to scale horizontally when the load increases. So.
And Flink's
Okay.
architecture is also in such a way that you can add multiple task managers which can consume from multiple Kafka topics.
Okay. Now, wish you guys all the very best. I think it's a welcome addition to the challenges that we're facing. So hope you come right. All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Now I would like Chauhan Priyank Hasmukh to present his paper on fuzzy metagoal programming for wind solar hybrid systems optimizing renewable energies in synergy in arid and coastal environments.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, sir, you can present. It is correct. Just open your presentation.
Stop sharing करो sir. Hello.
Yes, you just reshare your screen. Priyank,
हाँ तो छोड़ दीजिए झट
I think he has left the meeting. So maybe we can continue with the next one.
Okay, so to present our next paper, we have Kala V. Krishnan, who is presenting her paper on mapping dropouts, a comparative
Hello, sir.
analysis of state-specific influences on skill development programs in India.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes, yes.
Sir, excuse me, 1 second. 1 second, please. There is some noise coming from the outside place. 1 second. Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me share my presentation first. Is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Just put it in a slideshow mode.
Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible. You can start your presentation.
Thank you. Good day to everyone across all time zones. Myself, Kalavi Krishnan, faculty from the Department of Commerce and Management, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, Amritapuri Campus, India. Today, I'm here to present my paper titled Mapping Dropouts, a comparative analysis of state-specific influences on skill development programs in India. My co-author is Dr. P.B. Ramanathan, Department of English, Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham. Let me give a brief introduction or explanation about the background of the study. As all know, India is one of the world's youngest nations with more than half of its population below the age of 30 and holds a demographic advantage with a young workforce. And this demographic advantage is expected to remain until the year 2050. However, this advantage alone cannot ensure the economic growth of the nation, and it needs robust policies and investment in the human capital also. Though the labor force of India is growing, India faces a shortage of skilled workforce, with only a few percentage of them receiving formal training. And bridging this gap is essential as nearly 12 million youth enter the workforce each year. And by the end of 2025, it is projected that the country will contribute 25% of the global workforce. And in a developing country like India, economic development hinges on a skilled workforce. So, therefore, it is essential to enhance the strength of human capital to maintain the nation's competitiveness on a global scale. The skill development programs play a crucial role in achieving this goal. And recognizing this, the government of India has prioritized skill development as a key focus area. The Indian government has launched several skill development programs to enhance employability, reduce poverty, and sustainable livelihood. And these programs are designed to increase the youth participation, promote greater inclusion of women, individuals with disabilities, and other marginalized group in the workforce. And the strengthen the existing system by making it adaptable to technological advancement and labor market demands. However, high dropout rate undermine the effectiveness of these programs, leading to wasted resources and limited impact on reducing unemployment and poverty. Though there is an extensive literature available that explains the role of skill development programs in the socio-economic development of developing countries and disparities among Indian states, a comprehensive state-level study using the recent data which compares the dropout rates of government-supported skill development programs across the states of India, and that analyzes the state-specific variables or factors which can potentially influence these dropout rates, was missing in the literature. So this study was conducted to analyze the pattern of the dropout from government-supported skill development programs across all states of India, and to identify and analyze the state-specific variables that can potentially or that are potentially influencing the dropout rates from these government-supported skill development programs. The skill development program selected for this study is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, which is commonly known as PMKVY. And the PMKVY is the flagship scheme of Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship India, implemented by National Skill Development Corporation. With a vision of Skilled India, Ministry aims to skill the nation on a large scale with speed and high standards also. And PMKVY is the flagship scheme that is driving towards the greater realization of this particular special mission of government. And these programs are fully government funded, ensuring that beneficiaries of this particular program incur no cost, while financial support is provided for necessary training infrastructure and qualified trainers also. And this program aims to impart skill to 100 million youth of the country with a budgetary allocation of more than 10,000 crore rupees. This gives the amount, how much importance the government is giving towards this type of skill development programs. Moving to the methodology part of the study, starting with the study design. Together with a quantitative cross-sectional comparative study to analyze the dropout rate across Indian states, a correlation analysis was used to identify the relationship between the dropout rate and the selected state-specific variables, and a regression analysis to understand the effect of these state-specific variables on the dropout rate. The study used secondary data that was collected from the reports of official agencies, detailing the number of people enrolled for the program, number of people successfully completed the program, which was published as on June 2022 on PMKVY official website, and the state-specific indicators or variables from the World Bank report and the Sustainable Development Goals report that is collected from Index India and Dashboard 2021 prepared and published by UN. And these variables are selected for the study that is given at the right-hand side of the slide. And the details regarding the independent variables. The first variable is the poverty rate, and which refers to the percentage of population in that state living below the poverty line. The second variable was the literacy rate, refers to the percentage of literate people who are above 15 years of age. And the third variable is the population density, that is the number of people living in a specific area, usually expressed as people per square kilometer. And the fourth independent variable selected was the industrial development, represented as the availability of manufacturing employment as the percentage of total employment. And these variables were selected based on literature and availability of data. And the dropout rate from skill development programs is the dependent variable selected. And the dropout rate, it is defined also. And these are the findings from the study. The state, from among 27 states of India, the state with the highest dropout rate is Chhattisgarh, which with 33% of dropout, and the state with the lowest dropout rate is Rajasthan with 15% dropout. And the average dropout rate is 25%. That means out of every four students enrolled in the program drops out before completing the program. And set score normalization was used to ensure the dimensional homogeneity also. And the findings, surprisingly, from among the state-specific variables, literacy rate showed a moderate positive correlation, that is positive 0.45, suggesting that as literacy level of the state increases, the dropout rate moderately increases, it seems. And the regression analysis show a positive association between the literacy rate with dropout rate in skill development program with a beta coefficient of 0.46 and a p-value of 0.01, indicating statistical significance and how much change in the independent variable because of the independent variable. And the trend line of the scatter plot indicates that the literacy rate and the dropout rate moves together in one direction. And this is the briefly talk about the implication of the study and the direction for the future research. First, the findings give a valuable insight for the policymakers and the stakeholders of this particular government-supported skill development program who design and implement the skill development programs in the future. If we really want to reduce the dropout and increase the success rate of these particular programs, make this programs or design this program, or the design must be the state specific and closely aligned with local industry demands rather than common program for all. That particular approach, that one common program for all. The second, the issue of dropout requires targeted interventions, and the results can also help. The results means the results from this study also help the policymakers in better resource allocation by focusing on the area that actually need additional support also. From a research perspective, this study makes an initial contribution by quantifying the dropout in PMKVY, that is the India's flagship skill development scheme, but the actual reason behind the dropout remain largely unexplored. And this opened up a space for the future studies also. The future research can extend the analysis by including additional state-specific variables, for example, the quality of the training program or differences in the state-level policies, the governments who are ruling the particular states, etc. And finally, there is a major knowledge gap. Despite these programs being free and resourced, candidates are still dropping out. Understanding why this happens is very, very critical. And longitudinal studies could also be valuable to examine the long-term effects and employment outcomes, helping us evaluate whether these programs truly deliver sustained benefits. So to summarize, the study not only provides actionable insights for policymakers, but also highlights key research directions that need to be pursued to strengthen the skill development initiatives in India. This is the overall idea of my study. That's it for the time being. Thank you all.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. It's a very good work that you are doing, and India needs it. Just can you run through the presentation once again?
Sorry, sir.
Can you run through the presentation once again? Just show me
Yeah.
the slide.
Yeah, sure, sir.
1 or 2 slides. I have queries that just wanted to check.
Which slide, sir?
So
Exactly.
yeah,
Which one do you-
wait here, wait. So as a data collection, so from where you got all this data? Is it primary?
Actually, the secondary data was collected, and this particular reports, the state specific variables I got from the World Bank and UN report, SDG India Index, and the dashboard which is published in the year 2021 by the end of 2021 by UN and Nidhi Aayog.
But this is now going to increase, no, ma'am? Because it's a 22 or 21 data. It
Yeah.
might get increased now with the 25. So are you taking that also into consideration?
No, actually, sir, this was the part of my thesis work, actually. So this was the first phase of my research work. And this quantifies. Actually, I wanted to show actually there is a problem existing in this particular skill development programs, and I just want to quantify and want to show a pattern of dropout which is happening in this type of programs, actually. And the second phase was to identify what is the actual reason behind the reason behind the dropouts happening over here. So this is just the quantifying phase, in which I show this much of that means 25% of the total respondents are actually dropping out before completing the program. That was my objective, sir.
So are you going to highlight this to the government? So what will be your end objective by doing this?
My third phase of the thesis was a comparison between the people who actually completed the program and the people who dropped out from the program. And I made a comparison. It was a qualitative study, and I am planning this. And this particular study was conducted in one particular state. And as a next step, I am planning to do this particular study in other states also, and planning to submit a report to the Indian government telling that state-specific study is required if they are planning a future skill development programs for the whole of India. That is my plan, sir.
Yeah, all right. Wishing you good luck. Just make sure that this will be helpful to the our government of India. So you can notify all those studies to the PMO office at the end of this thesis.
Yeah, sure, sir. Sure, I'm planning that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sadish. Thank you, Dr. Dorade, as well for the question. And I think I fully agree that this is a very important study, one that will have a lot of relevance as well. Sadish, if I may, I would like to know if you are done with the second part of your study.
Yeah, sir, it's already done.
Okay.
And it got published in a Q1 journal also.
That's excellent. May I kindly get some input from you on what could be some of the reasons behind these dropouts? If you can share that insight.
From the second phase of my study, the actual reason behind the dropout is like the possibility of getting a job after completing this particular training program. And in India, like a semi-skilled workers, we are selecting these type of workers not on the basis of the certification, actually. On the basis of availability, we are calling them. So like that, the importance of this particular certification programs, we are not able to project that in front of the common man.
Okay.
So those who are having this type of certification and those who don't have this type of certification, there is no much difference, actually. Okay. So like that, a policy suggestion will be there in my report given to the government, submitted to the government. So.
Excellent. One last question there. Are there any parallels between the dropouts and the brain drain? not talking about the highly skilled workers, but let's say people moving out of India. That seems like a trend now. Do you see a trend between the two, or are they distinctly different?
Sir, actually, this type of training programs, they are aiming at the marginalized group, actually.
Okay.
So we cannot compare them with the high end, the so-called the brains of India. Actually, this is for the marginalized group. So a comparison between them with the high end, the so-called tech people, it is impossible. Actually, this is, and my study, it was concentrated on the tailoring programs given for women.
Okay.
Actually. So I didn't do a comparison like that, and it is not comparable. Also, that is what I think.
Okay.
So
No, let's put it into perspective then. What about losing semi-skilled workers to the Gulf areas, like your tailoring or your semi-skilled workers? Is there any parallels there? Can salary be a factor? Has that been brought into the discussion?
I didn't check that particular aspect in my studies. So
No,
sorry.
no, perfect. That's fine. But once again, a very interesting study. And I think, like Dr. Darade said, I think your report would assist the government in planning forward. Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I would now like to confirm if Chauhan Priyank Hasmukh is there for his paper presentation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir,
You
you can
can
start
share
with the
your screen.
presentation.
So Priyank, you can share your screen and continue with the presentation.
Yes, sir. Sir, my audio screen visible, audible?
You're audible and your screen is visible.
Yes,
Just
sir.
present your screen in slideshow mode.
Today, my topic is optimization of marine oil extraction and resource allocation using fuzzy logic and non-linear goal programming. My name is Chauhan Priyank Hasmukh. I am came from the Pacific Academy of Higher Education and Research University, Udaipur, Rajasthan. Today topic of the abstract, the strategic allocation of marine oil resources involve the complex trade-off between economic performance, operational efficiency, environmental sustainability, or under significant uncertainty. These people develop a robust decision support framework to integrate fuzzy logic and non-linear goal programming, address the multi-objective optimization problem inherent in marine oil extraction and resource allocation. Uncertain of key parameters such as extraction oil, cost of production, yield, and environmental impact limits in model using the fuzzy sets, embedding more flexibility representation or real-world ambiguity. The model similarly optimize the multiplication, nonlinear, and conflict goals, including profit maximizations, cost minimization, and the ecological risk reductions. To efficiency is to solve the resulting nonlinear programming problem and hybrid solution approach is proposed that combine fuzzy logic goal programming techniques with the meta-analysis optimization, specifically the Turnit genetic algorithm, the framework applied in representative offshore oil field scenario demonstrating superior performance in solution quality and robustness compared to the traditional linear and crisp optimization method. The result underscored the potential of fuzzy non-linear goal programming models in supporting high-stake operational decisions in uncertain and dynamic environments. The work contributed to the growing body of operational research methods and that address multi-criteria decision making under uncertainty, with the direct implementation for energy resource planning and sustainability marine operations. Introduction: the global demand for oil continued to derive the extraction, exploration, and production activities in offshore marine environments. As onshore reserves deplete and environmental regulations tighten, and the need for optimized and sustainable marine oil extraction has become increasingly critical. The extraction and allocation of marine oil resources presently high complex decision-making problem involving the multiple
Priyank,
conflict objectives.
Priyank, do you
Yes,
have
sir.
the presentation or you're just reading the paper as it is? You have any specific presentation to the?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. First of all, I'll tell you the research methodology. Optimize marine oil extraction resource allocation. The several
I'm just
study.
asking that, have you
Huh.
prepared any presentation or you just added all those data pointers from the papers to the on the slides?
Main point, sir. I will tell you my main point, sir. Okay.
Go
Research
ahead.
methodology, first of all, marine extraction and resource allocation. About that, so many researchers under the oil development planning, resource allocation, or linear programming, sir. Next, goal program multi-criteria resource management. Sir, goal programming, first of all, Romeo, and non-linear goal programming is Jones and Tamiz 2010, and fuzzy logic uncertainty modeling and Zade 1965, and fuzzy goal programming, sir, is Pishave 2010. And mathematical formulations are problem discrimination and a set of oil extraction site of the Arctic offshore zone. And the models similarly are the revenue from the oil extraction, spill or emission, minimum operation cost, and satisfy fuzzy production and risk related goals. Set of indications are about the drilling platforms, drilling unit, personal transport vessels, economic and environmental operations, sir. Decision variable and the key notation and parameter and fuzzy goal functions. Each goal is defined using the fuzzy membership function. For example, sir, we derive the equation of economical goal maximum net profit, and a second environment goal minimize the total damage, and operational goal minimize the cost, similar as the mu2 with the cost parameter, sir. Next, fuzzy membership constraint and a production outline function non-linear, where alpha, I, beta, and site of specification, productivity, and coefficients capturing the diminishing returns. Environmental damage, Zi equal to Ei upon Yi, and a resource constraints equation there, and a non-negativity equation Xi upon greater than equal to 0 to next case study overview. We demonstrate the three case study field Aklavik, Barents, and to see and alpha product coefficients 1.5, 1.2, 1.1, and beta diminishing returns 0.7, 0.8, 0.6. Unit cost of CI is a dollar per unit, 80, 70, and 60. Unit revenue of PI of the barrel dollar 120, 150, and 110. Environmental impact I of index 06, 05, and 07, sir. An advantage of fuzzy meta goal programming over benchmark handling uncertainty of the yield of 20% lower levelized cost efficiency, sir, and 20 to 25% is a social equity matrix. Flexibility, sir, is the adjustable fuzzy weightage and carbon emission reduction in zone and store a storm resilience and coastal area, sir. And arid zone is a coastal area. Both are coastal region framework adopt as a statistical acceptability index, the standardization matrix, national renewable portfolio, ensuring climate adaptability. Generic algorithm implementation details are chromosome representation, sir. Fitness function and minimum membership value, where ZI, Z1, Z2, Z3 total profit, environmental impact, and total cost. Membership function as a definers, sir, profit membership function we and next environmental membership. Total two membership function derive the cost membership. A profit goal versus alpha bar and profit goal versus alpha bar line. We derive the environmental limit, environmental impact, cost cap, and a cost cap alpha line is a similarly increase or decrease both. Or we define as the conclusion. This study represents a robust decision-making framework, the optimization of marine oil resource allocation in fuzzy logic and non-linear programming to both solve the genetic algorithm in aerial coastal oil field and case study and demonstrate the model capability to handle complex and complicated objection, maximize profit and minimize environmental degradation and damage. And a fuzzy goal formulation and flexibility require a model imperial decision preference tolerance, crucial real world resource planning in environmental sensitivity regions. The future works may include the incorporating stochastics input for oil prices, environmental responses, extending the model of dynamic multi-period of allocation, integrating real-time satellite and oceanographic data for enhanced decision making. Sir. This is a hybrid optimization framework about the balancing exploitations offshore resource of sensitive ecosystems. There is a references, sir.
Yeah, Priyank, can you come to first slide? First slide.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah. So basically, I'm just trying to understand the how you are allocating those marine oil resources through the fuzzy logic and non-linear goal programming.
Yes, sir. No, fuzzy logic and non-linear goal programming, sir. Both we solve multi-objective optimization problems, sir, and marine oil extraction and resource allocation. Means transportation and some machinery and oil to very demanding in the future. But main major findings is aim to sir marine resource allocation. They are improving efficiency, sustainability, and decision making, sir, under complex and uncertain conditions, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. No problem. I'm done.
Thank you, Priyank. I'll start my discussion with a comment and a question. I think a paper of this nature, where such important information is shared, would have been aided by a better presentation. So I think please have a look at the way you would be presenting a paper, and also reading from the text does not really aid a presentation, but nevertheless this is indeed a very good work. My question is on the sample size of the data that you used. How many years of data did you consider when developing this the project?
Sir, some data we environmental damage and corona COVID pandemic. There are no work for any jobs there. So we define as this model the more efficient for future benefits, sir.
So do we have a sample size of the data that you used?
Yes, sir. 5 years sample size, cluster sampling, sir.
From what year to what year?
Sir, I think 2050 to 2021, sir. 2060 to 2021, 5 year data. We think
Okay,
of the COVID pandemic, sir.
So that means that we didn't have data for 2 years in that period, isn't it? Am I right?
Yes.
2019 and 2020. So if you take that out.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In any project that is oriented with fuzzy logic or for nonlinear goal programming, the sample size is extremely critical for validating the data. So as much as this is a very good work, I'd like to encourage you to go back to that side of the system. And also, if you go into the research methodology, if you can go to slide number 4.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you go to the next slide? I think the one, yeah. So when we have references for work regarding goal programming, as much as it's useful to always cite those authors who have made significant contributions early on, it would also be valuable if you add the recent work that has been done in this field. That will give your models a bit more validity. But nonetheless, please continue the good work and all the way best going forward.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Moving on to our next presentation, we have Smita Karokar, who is going to present her paper, which is based on role of ICT in e-governance problems and acceptability. I would like to confirm if Dr. Smita Karokar is here.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. You're audible.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yes, sir. Just a minute. Just give me a moment. Sir, my screen is visible?
Yes, ma'am, it is
Yes, ma'am.
visible.
Screen is visible. You can just open your presentation.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to present on the topic role of ICT in e-governance, problem and acceptability. This
Done.
presentation,
Madam,
yes,
आपका presentation is not visible. You are showing
Your
something.
presentation up. You just
not
open your
visible, sir?
presentation. Your screen is visible, ma'am, but you have not opened your presentation, PPT.
Just a minute, sir. Wait, just a minute. Now it is visible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Put it in a slideshow mode.
Yes, sir. Is it visible?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can I start, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, Again, good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to present on the topic role of ICT in e-governance, problems and acceptability. This presentation is prepared by myself along with Dr. Ritesh Soy and Dr. Dinesh Mergute. In this session, I will explain what ICT is, how it is used in governance, the challenges India faces in adopting e-governance, and finally, how citizens are accepting these changes. Uh, my second slide shows, as we all know, information communication technology or ICT has been one of the biggest revolution of modern times. Just like the industrial revolution gave birth to the industrial age, the digital revolution has given rise to the information age. In India, ICT has influenced almost every sector: governance, education, healthcare, business, and in every our daily life also. So, from online banking to digital classroom, ICT has truly become part of our everyday existence. Now, let us understand what ICT means. ICT is simply a basket of technology that help in sorting, processing, and communicating information. It includes devices like computers, laptops, mobile phones, television, and satellite systems. It also includes service like the internet, video conferencing, and distance learning. For example, when we pay our electrical bill online or attend a virtual class, that is ICT in actions. My fourth slide is research methodology. This study uses a descriptive research designing, and the data is mainly secondary in nature. Sources include newspaper, then books, periodics, website, and blogs. The purpose was to explore ICT and e-governance in India and to analyze both the challenges and the level of acceptance among the people. Since e-governance is such a large-scale system, secondary data is more practical and gives us a broader perspective. Then my fifth slide is the e-governance. Okay, one of the principal objective of India's IT policy is the extensive use of ICT in the governance. The goal is to provide better utilization services and also to make government departments more efficient, transparent, and accountable. A good example of this is we call the Aadhaar project, which allows citizens to access multiple services with a single identity card. Similarly, online income tax filing or passport seva kendra are example of e-governance initiative that save time and reduce corruption also. uh, my next slide is the emergence of the digital economy has changed not only businesses but also governments. Traditionally, governments handle areas like defense, law, order, taxation, education, and healthcare. But now they are also expected to harness the power of ICT to lead change. For instance, instead of physical visiting tax office, citizen can now file returns online, which is faster and more transparent. My next slide is e-government is not just about computers and websites. Okay, it is about the transformation of government itself. The real focus is on providing efficient, convenient, and transparent services to the citizen. Citizens are at the center of e-governance. Applying for example, if we take applying for a driving license online is not about the website. It is about saving citizen time, efforts, and money. My next slide is types of government interaction. As you see, e-governance can be categorized into different interactions. Like it is government to citizen G2C, for example, online payments or grievances portals. Government to business G2B like GST online filling. Government to government, that is we call the G2C, sharing data between ministries. Government to employee, that is G2E, such as online salary slips or HR management. Each of these categories ensures smoother communication and better services delivery. My next slide is the use of ICT in governance is guided by certain principles. There should be some certain principles. Accountability, governments must be answerable for the actions. Second one is participation. Citizens should be able to engage in decision making. Third one is conformation, following laws and rules and IT standards. Then acquisition, selecting and using the right ICT tools. For example, if we take is the My Government platform in India, where citizen can give feedback and ideas directly to policymaker also. Uh, my next slide is major issues in India. Of course, the road to e-governance is not free from the challenges. Some of the major issues are high cost and maintenance of ICT infrastructure. There is a high cost for the maintenance of the ICT infrastructure. Lack of digital literacy and awareness. Okay, mostly in the rural areas, we face a lack of digital literacy and awareness. The language barriers. Okay, India is a multi variant state, so so the language barriers and localization issues are always in India. The resistance to change and bureaucratic inertia. Okay, And then infrastructure challenges like poor internet connectivity and frequent power cuts. For example, many villages still struggle to access online government schemes due to poor internet access. Then my next slide is apart from all the challenges, the acceptability of e-governance in India is increasing. Positive factors increasing acceptability is convenience and efficient, faster services compared to traditional methods, rapid growth of internet and smartphones penetration, young tech-savvy population that is open to digital tools. At the same time, concern remain especially around trust, security, and data privacy. For instance, if you take why people love the easy UPI payments, they also worry about fraud or misuse of personal data, and it has happened in India also. uh, in my next slide, it is a data which is I'm getting from the other sources that is improving acceptability of e-governance India. Over the past decade, India has made significant progress in expanding internet and telecom access. For citizens struggling with poverty, corruption, or inequality, e-governance offers a ray of hope. Still, challenges like bureaucratic delays and resistance remain in India. But despite these projects like digital land records, then or online railway booking system show how services deliver has improved. Corruption has reduced in some manner, and citizens have become more empowered. uh, my conclusion of this presentation is to conclude ICT has played a transformative role in reshaping governance in India. Yes, there are some problems like high cost, lack of literacy, and infrastructure gaps, but the benefits far outweigh the challenges. E-governance is not just about using technology, it is about creating a government that is transparent, efficient, accountable, and citizen centric. The journey may be long, but the direction is definitely positive. This is mm, my presentation. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope this discussion give you a clear picture of the role of ICT in governance, its challenges and acceptability in India. Thank you, sir. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
Dr. Smita. Yes, as
Yes, sir.
just now, one concern that there is a lot of artificial intelligence based tools and techniques are coming,
Nowadays.
and it's a time. Just it will take, I think, not more than one day to develop a system. So
Yes, sir.
how
Yes,
you are
sir.
handling those upcoming technology challenges? Because if I want to develop this system through AI, and if I get some APIs, it not takes more than one day to develop such system. How you are
Definitely, sir.
overcoming that challenges?
So basically, India is a developing countries. So the thing is that when we are talking about the AI and other new technologies, so it takes definitely takes some times. But we have a such kind of system, and now the government is focusing on such kind of new technology. So if they are taking governance in the seriously, definitely they can be taking the new technology seriously also. So it takes some times, but they have a system. Maybe they take some times for that, but definitely after the 5 years or after the 10 years, we are on the topmost positions.
No, that is not my concern. My concern is that how you are unique from others right now. There's those who are doing into the market, those who are already existing into the market. How you are unique into that?
So we just I mentioned that these are the some kind of uh, uh, programs which is running by the government of India. So according to that, we can make some kind of programs also, so that that will be help to the bottom line of the country. So just like digital literacy programs, local languages, these are the programs which is running by the government of India. So we are again do the such kind of programs which is also use the new technology which is help to the bottom line of the country.
Okay, okay. I'm done. Over to you, Dr. Angit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Dalade. Dr. Kalokar, thank you very
Ji.
much. If I
Okay,
may
okay. Thank you, sir.
ask,
Huh.
is this a review paper that you've written on a
Yes, sir.
research that
This
you're
is
planning?
the my research paper is basically on the qualitative data. I
Okay,
read a number of books, and I take my whole research work is on the secondary data, sir.
okay. If you can go to the challenges slide that you
Yes,
presented.
yes, sir.
Yes.
Huh.
So here, we've listed high costs, lack of data literacy,
Yes, sir.
language barriers. Isn't data privacy also a major challenge when it
Yes,
comes
sir.
to
Yes, sir.
implementing?
Yes, sir.
Right. So, what is the qualitative data showing with regards to data privacy? Do you have any inferences on that?
No, sir. I don't have such kind of. You asked me references.
No, I wanted to know what was what was the major challenge if you were to rank these issues that you have highlighted here, and we include data privacy. Where would that rank? How would the ranking be?
Uh, According to me, in India, the first barriers to the e-governance is lack of digital literacy and awareness. Because,
Okay,
as I told you, India is a developing country, and most of the population is living in rural areas. So, apart from the data privacy, the lack of digital literacy one of the major issues in India. So,
okay, right. And how do you plan to take this research forward?
uh, hello,
Can you hear me? How
pardon,
are
sir.
you? No, how are you able to, or what is the next phase of your research, if I may ask?
Uh, Now I'm trying to get some more data on this paper, and maybe in the next level, as one of the sir asked me, I can use the new technology which is help to the government also. So I'm planning to do all these things.
Right, thank you very much. All the very best for your research.
Okay, okay, thank you, sir. Sir, can I leave? Can I leave the meeting? Is it possible? Hello.
Hello, ma'am. We will like if you will stay with us till the end of the session.
Okay, 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 sir. Thank you, sir.
The next presentation will be given by Chauhan Priyank Hasmukhbhai, the paper title being Synergizing Goal Programming and Neural Network AI for Real-Time Virtual Reality Model Optimization, a framework for multi-objective decision-making in dynamic systems.
Sir, my voice and screen visible audible.
Yes, sir.
Today my topic is synergizing goal programming and neural network for AI, real-time reality model optimization, a framework for multi-objective decision-making dynamic system. Sir, abstract for a real-time optimization virtual reality and in artificial intelligence minimum reduction of frame rate or latency. We target both aim is a 22 or 35% and rendering efficiency 40% reduction latency compare as a conventional single objective optimization approach and adaptive scenario में 50 to 10 iterations and this model applicable in dynamic entertainment and healthcare industry 4.0 applications. Introductions are rapidly evolution, reality world technologies, unlocking transferring application, manufacturing, logistic mechanisms, or optimization paradigm in linear programming and a heuristic algorithm, both used in this method. Approaching VR optimization and focusing isolated objective. Example, minimize the latency through a rendering shortcuts, maximum visual reality, and very high resolution assets. Research methodology in we first problem decomposition and goal formulation. Second, neural network architecture and trainings. Third, real-time goal programming neural network integrations. And fourth, dynamic system validation. Five, performance benchmarking. Problem decomposition and goal formations are objective one is minimize rendering latency L, and objective two minimize the visual fidelity V, and quantify the texture resolution and a polygon density. Objective 3 is optimize the computational efficiency and measuring the GPU and CPU utilization. Goal programming formulation, first of all, we apply to subject that equations where X present VR model parameters, LOD settings, shader complexity, and X define limits. Neural network architecture training, sir. First of all, network design is a temporal convolution network, TCN, and attention mechanism of improve the predictive system of the goal programming, TCN. Head movement, scene complexity fluctuations, input features is real-time sensor data, headline positions, gas directions, system metrics is GPU, CPU load, frame rate, memory uses, environmental variabilities, scene polygon count, and light sources. Output is a predictive future state of latency spikes, user interaction patterns, and adaptive priority weightage of goal programming objectives. Training protocol is a dataset of synthetic and real world virtual reality logs spanning gaming and healthcare simulations and industrial trainings. Loss function is hybrid of the mean squared error MSI of the state of prediction of the Kullback labeler divergence for the weightage distribution alignment. Reinforcement learning fine tuning is a framework of further training of the via proximal policy optimizations, the maximum reward function balancing LV and E. Mathematical framework models are integration of goal programming and neural network AI into the unified optimization framework or dynamic VAR system. The model addresses multi-objective trade-off through adaptive weightage allocation and a predictive state management. Multi-objective optimization problems are let VR system test time of T is defined as a decision variables representing adjustable parameters, level of details, texture resolution, shaders complexity. Objectives are latency minimizations, visual fidelity maximizations, efficiency optimizations, and the system seeks of minimization and deviation from target values and subject to hardware and software constraints. Goal programming formulation minimize to subject this apply model of the neural network driven adaptive weightage and input and output where user interaction data and ST hardware load and output of software max where GI is NN sub network of objective I and parameterized of by theta, a network training of the state predict and a weightage regularizations. Temporal dynamic as feedback integration. The system involves a Markov decision process, state transactions, reward functions, reinforcement learning update, Pareto optimization condition. We applied these equations, stochastical stability analyzations. A discussion. The proposed framework integration goal programming. So neural network AR represent the significant leap of real-time optimization, dynamic real virtuality system, selection, interpret the result, and contextualization methodology, novelty, and explore broader implication of research and industrial level. Interpretation results are the framework of superior performance, 20 to 35 gain of the rendering efficiency, 40% of latency reductions. TCN and attention of the mechanism proved by critical priorities a temporal pattern such that the user head movement, GPU load fluctuations, and over prioritized object, the common pitfall of the latency centric VR optimizations. A comparison with existing models or traditional multi-objective techniques such as the weighted sum optimization failed adapt of dynamic VR environments due to fixed goal hierarchies for the instance of the scenario where user interactions abruptly and increased the scene of complexity state GP could not reweight latency on fidelity goals, leading the suboptimal comparisons, sir. And the contracts GP neural network framework closed loop feedback enable real-time weight adjustment alignment and the recent trend on the context of AI. Compared to pure DRL approach and hybrid model offers two advantages: interpretability and good programming mathematical formulation provide the transparency of the how object the where balances address the black box critical of a DRL, a faster convergence by the intelligizing neural network with the GP derive the constant training of require 40% fewer iteration than DRL, which explore action space of the scratch. Ethical societal considerations are privacy while sensor data, bias mitigation training data sets, accessibility of a framework efficiency gain could demonstrate high quality of VR user with limited computer resources. Future direction edge computing integrations, multi-modal objective, federated learning, cross-domain applications, and their main conclusion of use this model neural network artificial intelligence present transforming approach real-time optimizations construction sites, healthcare logistic operation theater where visual the hand veins and blockage we define the problem, and more conventional network TCN then Pareto optimization solution avoid the sub-optional trade-offs and robust generalization across diverse VR applications. Experience validation gaming and industry scenario demonstrate the significant performance and improvement, increase the rendering efficiency, 40 latency, and a sub-frame rate under unpredictable load spikes, and a GP model more relevant of for VR virtual reality for a neural network AI based, sir. And these studies demonstrate hybrid AI optimization framework can overcome the limitation and solid approach dynamic system and harmonizing technique efficiency human centric design. This is a references, sir. Thank you, sir.
So what is the difference between your earlier paper and this paper?
What, sir?
What is the difference between the paper that you presented earlier and this paper?
Sir, earlier paper is a oil extraction, sir. Goal programming models uncertainty of environmental damage or lack of minimum resource of machineries and oil extraction. We meet the goal criteria the proven these models, sir. And this model is the reduction latency and more frame rate accuracy of the VR virtual reality world than the V model applied in a real healthcare logistics systems and operational theater and gaming scenario. And other construction side, we derive the construction model and applicable easily.
Take it. I'm done. Yeah, Dr. Neel. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you once again, Priyank. Priyank, I come back and I ask, whenever we are engaging in a project that is AI related,
Yes,
the
sir.
first thing that comes to mind is the data that you have selected. So here again, I'll start with that question. What is the sample size that we have selected and how big is it?
No, sir. This is a theoretical model, sir. We not collect data from any kind of, and we used the theorem of statistical stability and applied the goal programming equations in this model, and we proved the minimum latency on a higher frame rate for accuracy of a real virtuality world for without error and correction, sir.
You can go back to your concluding slide, that's slide 13.
Yes, sir.
So here we say on the second bullet there, experimental validation in gaming and industrial scenarios
Yes, sir.
demonstrated significant performance improvements. That is 20 to 35% in rendering efficiency and 40% reduction in latency.
Yes.
So what data was used for highlighting this reduction in latency and increase in efficiency?
Yes, sir. These are for CPU and GPU data, sir. Is um, not for gaming data for Google from side. I collect that. For this is a real time data for rendering for CPU and GPU.
Okay. Given that, then you say that you've used a combination of goal programming and neural network AI. Have you tested any other techniques that were that could have been used, and what were the results that prompted you to use goal programming and neural network AI?
Sir, first of all, I find the problem first time in other AI model. We see the video rendering time, we fluctuate so many frame rate and not accurate the video properly visible. So their first thought we reduce the rendering efficiency and reduction of latency. We first reduce latency or increase rendering efficiency, sir.
Okay, but my question is, what prompted you to engage in goal programming in combination with neural networks? Do you have research that states that other techniques have rendered a lower efficiency or a lesser reduction in latency?
Sir, neural network based on non-visible data, sir. I think healthcare logistic in we transparency, we can't show any visualization VR world data, and we applied a neural network so visible pixel data and get into the frame rate setup and increase rendering efficiency more accurate for an we derive the first solution this aim and 40% reduction latency, sir.
Yes, but I think we are missing each other on why, but I'll let it pass. If you can just go to slide 14 and let me highlight something in that slide. So if you look here, I'm sure this is not your comprehensive set of references, but if you have a look there, the latest reference that we have is from 2017. Would you agree on this slide?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think when we are engaging in work such as goal programming or neural networks in AI, and you're relating it to the work that you're talking about, it is easy to find newer references, and it will also make your study to be a bit more relevant. This is just a pointer or a tip that can assist you going forward. But in future, try and see if you can get more later references for the work that you're doing to show that the work that you are doing indeed is relevant. By saying that, I'm in no way denying that there are pioneers in the field who started this work, but we need to show that we are indeed current with our data as well. Right, that's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on towards next presentation, I would like to ask Ruang Nguyen Xuan to present his paper.
Hello everyone, can you hear me?
We can hear you,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
but it's not that clear.
Yes, now it's clear, right? Okay, thank you everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. So I would like to present this about my paper with the title is the time to color prediction for industrial urban machine by using machine learning and deep learning. So the agenda today is very quickly about research context and the proposal, some genetic work, and how we data collection. And next one we will talk about the experiment and discussion. And last one is conclusion. So the first one is about the research context. So we try to make some prediction for the industrial oven by using machine learning and deep learning. So industrial oven is really critical in the food processing, and if they have breakdown, so we don't just lose the production time. We also facing high repair costs, even though for the unsafety for the people in the shop floor. And nowadays, we have a lot of traditional maintenance have to apply, but they have the clear limit, and like periodic maintenance often waste resource because the part will be replaced too early. So why the conditional base maintenance is still reactive, it's only respond when an issue show up. So that's why it predictive maintenance is so powerful by combining IoT sensor data with machine learning and deep learning. So we can actually predict failure before they happen. So this reduce the downtime and help extend equipment life. But here is some gap, which means very few study look for the short-term prediction within the next 60 minutes. So especially for industrial open machine. And this is the thoughts because over data is high, then linear and then periodic. So research proposal. So this is the main objective. We build a hybrid model by combine the CNN autoencoder with XGBoost for short-term prediction. So the framework include 3 tabs. The first one we do data preprocessing by that means we introduce sensor data from different sources and label with the failure event with the expert input and handle outline using the IQF method and normalize everything so the feature are only the same scale. The next one we use the CNN autoencoder to extract compact latent feature. The encoder compress raw sensor signal into the bottleneck feature and capture the key pattern while the filling out noise. The decoder try to reconstruct the data, making sure those features are still meaningful. And finally, we're using the XGBoost for the prediction time to failure. So this hybrid design to take the best of the both worlds. So the CNN autoencoder automatically to learn the complex and non-linear features from sensor data, and XGBoost to deliver robust, accurate prediction. So the main contribution from our research is the first one is that we provide a comprehensive pipeline designed specific for industrial open data sets, and it's cover processing, feature extraction, and prediction, and on tailor for the time to failure analysis. The second one is we propose the hybrid model, combine the CNN autoencoder for feature extraction and the XGBoost for prediction. And this way is we improve about accuracy and robustness compared to using single model. And finally is we benchmark our method against popular baseline like ISBM, GRU with attention and XGBoost. So the results show that our hybrid approach consistently outperform, especially for short-term prediction within 60 minutes. Some related work. So we did some research during we make the research. So have the group of the method like statistical method, machine learning, and deep learning. But for each method, we also deep dive to the model that usually using. So you can see on screen we have a lot of model. Like for statistical method, we use they using Arima, Hot Winter on Webboon. Those also have the contribute and limitation. So I will go further to the next slide because we don't have much time. The next one I will sharing about the data collection. This is the flow process to data collection. So you can see on my screen that we have a lot of sensor put into the machine, which means the most machine, and then the data will be centralized to the IoT hub and breakdown for the database. And in my research, in our research, we're using the anonymized data to combine with the data privacy and recolor. So the data for this study, we're using the data from the most 700 industrial open machine from our company. This is the command time in the food processing. So the data was collect about 60 days with 5-second interval. So giving us over 1 million points for the tower. And we monitor multiple parameters like temperature, humidity, dew point, machine status, hood status, or supply. Our case study focused on the steam van leak in the standby model with prediction the origin of 60 minutes. This is realistic and high risk failure. Before training, we also combine the data from multiple CSV. We added the expert label for failed event, remove outlier with IQF mode method, and normalize feature using a Bismarck scalar. So in the end, we had clean and consistency dataset ready for prediction model. Next one is about model implementation. So we used our model combined with the LSTM. For the LSTM with 3-layer from 228 64 and 32 neuron is a good at capturing temporal dependency in the time series. The second one, we tried using the GRU with attention. So GRU is light than LSTM, and attention is focused on the most important time step, which might improve short-term prediction. The third one is we're using the XGBoost classic machine learning with 100 estimator and deep defies. It's fast, robust, and strong on structured data. And finally, we boast our hybrid model by combining CNN altogether and XGBoost. Sorry. So for evaluation, we use the RMSE and MAE also are squared, but we most focus on the RME and RMSE when the time failure was within 60 minutes, since that the more critical for predictive maintenance. So and for the data, we split 80% for training and 20% for testing. So now let's take a look the experiment results. So overall, our hybrid model achieved the best performance with R squared a 0.89 and MIE about 260. This outperformance compared with the LSTM, GRU, and XGBoost. More importantly is for the short-term prediction. Within 60 minutes, our model reached of the MAE is just 6.26 and MRSE around 15. So this around 30% better than XGBoost and much stronger than LSTM and GRU. So from the table, you can see the LSTM really struggle with the short-term fluctuation, and GRU was a bit better, but still far behind. And XGBoost was strong for already, but adding CNN and autoencoder feature clearly boosted accuracy. So the key takeaways is that the CNN autoencoder extract the meaningful features, reduce noise, and the capture hidden better. That is why our hybrid model allow the true time failure curve much more closely. So of course, but overall, right, these the results show that the combined CNN autoencoder with XGBoost very effective framework for short-term brick maintenance. So this is the some visualize from results. So on this slide, so we compare with actual failure with bricks and each model. So on the top is about the STM. Then on the top right is about the GEO, and bottom is the GBoost, and the last one is our combined model. So conclusion. So to wrap up, let me summarize some key things. So the first one is our hybrid model. Clearly outperformance with the traditional machine learning and deep learning baselines. So it achieved very accuracy and short-term prediction, especially within the 60-minute window, which is the most critical for predictive maintenance. So this makes the approach practical for reducing downtime, lower cost, and improving safety. In terms of contribution, we propose the hybrid architect, but build a comprehensive preprocessing pipeline and validate it into industrial open dataset with solid benchmark. And for future research, we plan to extend our for multiple open machine to better generation and study specific fail mode and try advanced model like transformer or like value boosting. We also try to explore the real-time deployment in the actual plan. So with this step, we believe this work can boost predictive maintenance feature in a full testing in better. All right, thank you for your listening.
Yeah, it's good work you did, Trang. Nice presentation, by the way. Just have one question that from where you got the database?
The database comes from the my company where I work with my Mario company. So I request my technical team to allow me to using the database to research.
So what is the validation mechanism of the database?
Yes, correct.
So someone has to approve the database, right?
Sorry, can you repeat again?
Someone has to approve the database. So there are some certain agencies which validate the data. So who is validating your data?
We have an expert from my company about specialist for the machine. So they validate that database. So because almost database will be collect and you can see on the data collection. So you can see those database will be centralized in the IoT hub and divide for example, if the database from customers, so customer can see it. But in our research, we only using the alumni database. So which means the database we will validate from specialist and supervisor from my company.
Yeah, agreed. But just work on because see, you are saying that it's your own company data, but someone has to validate the data is a major concern in your innovation that you're doing. To get that thing done, I think we are.
Yeah, I agree. But it come from the international, that not from the local machine or local. I would say like
Okay.
local machine. Yeah.
Okay. I'm done from my side.
Yeah. Thanks, Dr. Santos.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Nguyen. I really like the presentation. I like the fact that you have tested out various other models to get into the most suitable R-square value there. My question stems or takes off from where Dr. Darade has left off as well. I'm very curious to know how the data was captured from these machines, because industrial ovens, or for that matter, any industrial machines, will have sensors embedded in them. So is there a mechanism whereby you can actually extract data pertaining to temperature and humidity and all that? Is that something that is available?
Those data will be captured from sensor. Of course, the sensor will be set up in the machine, and those data will be sent to the IoT gateway, where they capture the sensor from the data from sensor. After they capture from IoT hub, so they will be centralized for the database and divide identify database go one way, and for anomalies for innovation one way. So those data will be captured in real time with 5-second interval that I share in my presentation.
So is this one single machine or a collection of machines within the factory?
So in current my research they only use for one machine, and I expect I can do for multiple machine for future research, because it could be effective to the the model generations.
Okay, so I agree with your terminology on 1 million tower points, but what was the duration of that data collected from your machines?
60 days.
So you collected data for 60 days. Okay.
Yeah.
One final question there. How scalable is your model? Let's say if you take it to, may I ask what machinery or what make of machinery is the one that you tested on right now?
Machine.
The oven that we talk about, what make was it?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Is it a Philips or is it a
I using I using the platform from Cargo.
Okay, so my question is then, how scalable is this model of yours if you're now to take it to, let's say, any industrial setting and then extract data? Will that be possible?
Yeah, but for real time, of course, I will use, because I will using the model to apply for real time. I mean the actual case. So for research, we just conducting the to find the best model to make the prediction. So after I found the good model, so I will apply for the UK, which means we have my company have the team to develop based on my developed about the model.
Okay. No, I agree. I think it's in early phases. You'll probably have more training data, and then you can see what the data does to your R-square value in the future. But from a scalability point as well, Dr. Darade mentioned a very important point about validating the data and, sourcing that data to ensure that that is indeed the correct data. That's something that if you do pay attention, I think you can make a good study out of this. But thank you very much. A very good presentation.
Thank for your advice, Dr. Rank. Thank you. Thank you.
And now for the next presentation, we have Priyank Chauhan with his paper Fuzzy Meta Goal Programming for Wind Solar Hybrid Systems, Optimizing Renewable Synergies in Arid and Coastal Environments.
Sir, my audio is audible? My screen visible,
Yes,
sir?
it's audible and screen is visible.
Sir, today's topic is a fuzzy meta goal programming for wind and solar hybrid system, optimization renewable synergies in arid and coastal environment. Abstract, sir, the integration wind and solar hybrid system we present transformative pathway or meta goal programming used in the technology ecosystem and a coastal area zone this environmental minimum damage and wind and solar hybridization for focus on a maximum production of energies and wind share variability, solar irradiation fluctuations, balancing electricity of variations and achieving 23% improvement annual energy yield of reliability, 80% reduction of the land uses conflict, comparatively multi-objective model, sir. Introduction in sir currently optimization framework exhibited methodology relying the oversimplified the assumption of the determination model frequently sir fluctuation regulation and stakeholder forecasting renewable energy and novel fuzzy metaphor programming and wind solar hybridization synergizing dust reduction photovoltaic efficiency loss and coastal environmental salt water corrosating impact of the turbine longevity. Research methodology is a framework designed to data collection from system boundary definition, high dust load and water scarcity and coastal saline porosity, storm surges context, statistical data acquisition, meteorological data, hourly wind speed, variable distribution and solar irradiation beta distribution, temperature from NASA power, and the localized weather stations, environmental consideration, biodiversity impact indication on avoid coalition risks, land use conflict scores and regulation there sold, noise limits and marine ecosystem protections, socio-economic parameters, the levelized cost of energy and community acceptance survey and the policy incentivity structures. Fuzzy meta goal programming formulation, first of all, the meta goal identifications define three conflict objective: economic efficiency, environmental stewardships, and social equity. Fuzzy set constructions are assigned the trapezoidal membership function to goal and the capture stakeholder ambiguity and the quantity uncertainty of the renewal forecast using the fuzzy temporal cluster, high wind day and the linguistics variables, synergistic complementary the matrix, the develop time the scenario correlation between the wind and solar generation profile, exploit the offsetting peak, solar mobility surplus and the nocturnal wind surges, Scenario analytics, the validations, geopolitics, the case study, aerial zone, Atacama and Chile, the dust deposition impact of PV efficiency, coastal zone in the storm-prone region, the North Sea, the Netherlands, with salt spray corrosion risk, climate resolutions testing on the sandstorm cyclones using the Monte Carlo sampling computer statistical acceptability indicators. SEI, the probability of the system mitigates 80% goal under the particular conditions. Sensitivity analysis are very fuzzy weightage and membership, that's what the asset goal robustness, and quantifying the trade of the tornado diagrams. Mathematical formulation, fuzzy meta goal programming, the nomenclatures, the assumption of key in the decision variable there. And now objective function, economical efficiency correction, economy equation, they are localized coefficients optimize the memory, and then total initial capital cost, they have put the value the wind and solar, and megawatt storage annual operational cost per year, typically where OWS, OBR, the OM, the cost per unit capacity. We use the sample example for an annual energy potential full load hours of the wind solar per year to time derivations, discount rate, projection lifetime, and capital cost, discounting, OM cost, and efficiency degradations. Fuzzy membership function, we derive the tolerance interval of the goal height and ideal achievement range. Meta goal aggression, the Chebyshev fuzzy meta goal program, we derive the subject to D and lambda worst case derivation from the target satisfaction and trade of the parameter 0 to 5 balance, for example, use the weighting. A system constraint, the technical constraint, we use the
I'm
battery
sorry, sir,
depth.
but we are almost running out of time for this
Okay,
session.
okay, sir, we will finish the just 1 minute. Discussion, sir. We measure finding and aim is optimize a wind and solar hydro system aerial and coastal environment using fuzzy meta goal programming, efficient, reliable, sustainable, renewable energy integration. We save more energies, and main future works is fuzzy meta goal programming and the incorporating storage technologies, smart grid integrations, and real-time adaptive control further enhance renewable energy reliability, diverse environments. And limitations are reliable, accurate modeling, uncertainty, wind and solar resources, while using affect the solution, and with the computational complexity of solving fuzzy meta goal programming, the large-scale hybrid systems are. And we practically implications, sir, we collect the data from aerial zone and coastal zone and cross-regional framework used in adaptive model. Sir, discuss about the model in the broader application, community-centric design, future direction, and limitation, data assumption, subjective social metrics, and regional. And there's conclusions are climate change and climate damage, and we uncertainty, environmental, we save the 20% coefficients and 30-40% climate resilience, and statistical acceptability index SAI is very high, and we 3 to 4 coastal area zone and arid zone we collect the data, and these model applicable to use this method. We save 38% megawatt power, lower SAN 0 to 75 due to strong volatility, and a fuzzy metal adaptive penalty structure for balanced marine biodiversity, protective energy reliability, sir. Decision centric heuristic, 3 critical tools, synergic complementary matrix, and statistical robustness paradigm, future proof the system against the climate uncertainty. There is a references, sir, we use in.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, any questions?
Yeah, I can
So, Pankaj,
start.
what about the
Sorry.
geospatial? You have shown something geospatial there.
Hello, sir.
In the earlier slide, you shown geospatial.
Geospatial case
So
studies,
how
sir.
you are analyzing this through the geospatial case studies that you have shown?
NASA from we collect the data for generation energy, and coastal American data from Netherlands, and meteorological data we collect from Chile at Kema. This model applicable on the sir, case studies, sir.
Okay, and how you are simulating those weather scenarios?
Sir, uh, we can't beat the sir God. We limitation is the sir environmental damage. We can't applicable this model, but we proven this model. Resilience the minimum damage from this model, and we save the more energy from applicable this model to save.
I'm done. Over to you, Doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Darade. Thank you very much for the presentation. If you can go to the second last slide, I think your conclusion.
Yes, sir.
Yes, here, that last bullet, it says the model achieved 100% goal satisfaction. How did you come to that conclusion? Did you do a qualitative analysis on that?
Sir, we environmental and economical remove the target on a first model to applicable these arid regional cost of these Atlanta desert that we can't any substance of water damage, and leveraging strong wind the minimum environmental damage we applicable to achieve 100% goal satisfaction, sir.
But how did you come to that conclusion? Was there any
Sir,
surveys that were done? Were there any?
sir, mostly wind energy system in a coastal area, sir, and arid zone is mostly sir, not a hybrid, only solar system, sir. So we both applicable to the this area. We can 100% achieve goal. We set the 38% dollar megawatt, sir.
No, I get you. But my question
I'm sorry,
is,
I'm
how did
sorry
you
to
arrive
disturb
at
you,
that?
sir, but I'm sorry to disturb you, but sir, we have already overseen the time limit.
Okay. No, thank you so much. Then I'll curtail my questions to that.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Rohan, we can end this session.
I would like to sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentations and contributions in this session, and to all our participants for being a part of this international conference. All the presenters will be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days. The publication will be live within 7 to 8 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of ISBM 2025. As we conclude, we like to extend our sincere thanks to the session chair, Dr. Rangit Bibi Kurioske, for guiding his session with thoughtful leadership. On behalf of Team ISBM 25 and the Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners, we are pleased to present this token of appreciation in recognition of your valuable presence. It is equally my honor to acknowledge our other session chair, whose contribution has just been as meaningful to the success of this session. We express our gratitude to Dr. Santosh Darade for chairing this session with dedication. On behalf of Team ISBF and the Global Knowledge Research Foundation and our partners, it is a privilege to present this token of appreciation. Thank you, sir, and thank you to both the session chairs for their presence.
Yes, thank you, the Harsh and the overall administration team, Rohan. It's a big opportunity basically to present ourselves as a session chair in this at the international level. The participants have done good presentation, but some of them have really need to improvement on their part, and I ping you separately also, and I request the organizing committee to have those guidelines whether the presentation has been done on the basis of the chat GPT or any other tools they are using. So just have few pointers that to be, that to be provided to this presenter, so that, they will follow all the similar presentation template that what has been given by the organizers. So that is from my side, and it's overall a good, the papers that has presented. Some of them are really aligned with the national and international mission, and some of them are going to convert into the prototype as well. This is going to help all the nation and to the end user as well. So thanks once again. I'm wishing you good luck, all of you. If you have any concern, please let us know. Thank you.
Thank you so
Also,
much,
on
sir.
a pending note, if everyone is present, I would like everyone to
No.
just on their videos for a moment so that we can just take a snapshot of this session. Yeah.
Thank you, dear authors and invited guests. We are ending this session 5B, and I will quickly restart the session for 6B. Please stay connected. Thank you so much. I'll just start in a minute. Just a minute.